Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Your Australian Journey. My name is Jack, and welcome your face, everyone. Today, we are going to be talking about visas. The main question that I get asked personally on the daily, actually, of what visa do you go on? What visa do I need to go on? Rah, rah, rah. So, I'm going to tell you basically what visa I'm on. So, my journey on the visa train is I started on a 417, which is a working holiday visa that gives you 1 year in Australia. And back then, you had to do your farm work. So you had to do 3 months of farm work. I personally didn't because I was working in the mines. And that's just one of the things that you can do. There's other options in working in the zoo or working in nursing homes, I think is another one. So I did my 3 months in the mines, and then that gave me another year. And then for that, I had to do 6 months. So I had to do the same again, 6 months of farm work. And then COVID hit, the beloved COVID, as we all know. um, and then they created a third year working holiday. I was very lucky, actually, because every single year they my thing finished, there was another one that was created. So it kind of just fell into place for me. But it might be a option for you as well. Um, After I had my third year working holiday visa, as this was 2021 ish, they created a COVID visa. So if you were over here during COVID, they would give you an extra year, and this was for free. So all those visas beforehand were around the £200, 450 Australian dollars, around there. So they're not too expensive. It's kind of an easy way of getting into the country. You only have to be below the age of 35, I think it is now. It used to be 30, and I think they've upped it now to 35. And you just apply, and there's kind of 100% pass rate with those things. You kind of have to fail a police check or be like a really bad person, I guess, to not get accepted. So it's an easy way in. So after the COVID visa finished, I am now currently on a 491 visa, which is a regional skilled work visa. So again, I mentioned in the previous episode that I have a skill which is on the list, and that allows you then to apply through your skills. So I basically sponsored myself. I know a lot of people are going on about this sponsoring, but I sponsor myself. Costs that much, a little bit more money, but you don't have any ties with any company. So if you're getting sponsored by a company, I think it's a minimum of 3 years you have to be with them. Otherwise, you have 30 days to find a new company. Otherwise, you get the flick, basically. So I didn't want any ties in case I didn't like the job anymore, or I fell out with, I don't know, someone in the workplace or something. So I just didn't want any ties at all. So I'm sort of running free like a little deer in the outback, basically, or kangaroo in the outback. So yeah, currently on a 491. That gives me 4 years in Australia, and I can become a permanent resident within 3 of those years. So if I earn over 45,000 a year and live and work in a regional area, and Gold Coast is regional, so it's kind of perfect for me. And you have to do what your skill is, so, and that's fine. I can do that. I'm happy with doing that. So what options should you do? So as I said before, the 491, 417, sorry, there's too many numbers. That's what you'll find out when you do your visas. There is a lot of numbering. There's a 820, there's a 190, there's a 491, there's a 417, there's a 500. So we'll go through some of them now. So there's a lot of numbers. You'll get used to them. People ask, what visa are you on? Oh, I'm on a 874-892 or whatever it is. Sounds like you're playing Sudoku or something. So 417 working holiday visa, easy way of getting in, very cheap. Gives you sort of an insight of what you sort of want when you come over here. Gives you a bit of a taste tester. Great if you are in a couple and don't have kids or single. Doesn't really work when you have children on that visa. So if you do, we have also, 500, which is a student visa where you come over here and study. But if you aren't a resident, the prices of education is nearly double. Like, it's ferociously expensive. So I personally wouldn't, unless you have the money to do it, then fair enough. But I wouldn't personally go on that visa. And plus, you can only work for 20 hours of the week. And if you work any more and you get found out, or if you're doing cash jobs, then you can easily get the flick. Like, they have no messing. There is no sort of leeway. If you are doing wrong by them, then you are see ya. So you just have to stick by the rules, and that's fine. Try not to get in any trouble at all. Just pay your taxes, do the right thing, and you'll be fine. So next we have a 20 visa, which is a partner visa. This is where you have, say, myself from England, and my partner is Australian and an Australian citizen. She can sponsor me, and I can go through here as a de facto. This one costs around the $15,000 mark. This one is pretty expensive, but gives you permanent residency and all rights in Australia, or working rights, whatever. This one you have to jump through a lot of hoops. I haven't personally been on this. I know a lot of people that have, and there are a lot of hoops to be jumped through. Either whether that's proven, basically it's more proof. If anything, you have to prove that you've been living with each other, been together for so many years. Whether it's bank transfers, photos, holidays, proof of any sort of statement. But this is a very popular one that people do. There are two versions of this. Is a sort of a visa to build up to the A20, and then there's the A20 visa, which gives you the permanent residency. So there's two types. Both of them are, I think, in the same sort of price range. Next, we have the 190 visa, which I personally tried to go for, but I couldn't pass my English test. Yeah, I couldn't pass my English test. Not that I couldn't pass it per se. I'm probably sounding a little bit stupid there, but I needed a superior mark, so I needed like a 9 out of 10, which is, it's like English teacher level, and I'm not that. I'm Scouse. I can barely speak English anyway. So it's, to do the English test, it's probably not that hard. I'm probably making it out like it's really hard. But you basically do a reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Obviously, I failed on the speaking. But it's just one of those things. I couldn't do it, so I couldn't go through to that visa. And I think it's around $400, £200 every single time. And I think I'd done it like maybe 5 times. And for some ungodly reason, I don't know how, but I couldn't manage to get that superior mark. Obviously, I was passing the test. Like I'm saying, I failed. I just failed from what I wanted to do. I think I was 1 mark off last time, and then I went, oh, sod it. I'm just gonna go for a different visa, which is the visa I'm on now. But the 190 is a skilled visa, and if your skill is on the list, or if your occupation is on the list, and you can go basically straight to permanent residency. Like, it's a really good visa. I think it costs around 4,000 or 5,000 Australian dollars, plus like an English test, your medical, and a police check, which probably $1,000 overall. And now currently I'm on a 491 visa, which is a skilled regional work visa, which is kind of, I'd say basically a permanent resident, but it's a long temporary visa. So it's 4 years with potential to go to a residence within 3 of those years if you behave and follow all the rules and yada, yada, yada. So I can become a resident in 2027. The visa runs out in 2029 if I can't do that. And I basically got to stay in the country for the majority. I can go for holidays and stuff. I'm not stuck here. But that for me is, a really good visa. I went through a lawyer the whole time. And I can leave the link in the description for that lawyer, because they are incredible. They're called thisisaustralia.com.au. They basically do all the nitty gritty things, all the behind the scenes paperwork. You just got to provide them all the information, all the proof of wherever they ask for you, and you give it to them as long as you provide them. And obviously, you pay the money. I think it's around, mate. I think I paid $6,000 overall for this recent visa, and for that goes to the government anyway. So what was that, $2,000 to the lawyer? Yes, it is a little bit expensive, but it just, because I was working and stuff, I didn't want the headache on top of it. Plus, I was trying to pass my English test, so that was even more of a headache. But I would personally go for a lawyer. Maybe not so much on the 417s. That's pretty simple. You just have to provide proof that you've been living here and you did all your farm work. But if you're from the UK, you don't have to do the farm work anymore, I believe. If you're from Ireland, you do have to. But I would use a lawyer 100%. It's just a lot easier for you. So that concludes episode 2 of your Australian journey. I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and comment down below what you want me to do in the next video. Peace, everyone.